the breakthrough here requires not just thinking about the bike, but thinking about the bike and the person that's using the bike, and realizing that the person can provide a function that has historically been, placed on the bike itself. A little bit of inspiration and a little bit of making sure that neither of my kids gets a complex is this is my daughter Josephine, who's now the same age as Ezra when he was playing with Legos, and she's on her Strider bike, which I think shows the beautiful potential of subtraction. And if you're not familiar with these bikes, they're pedalless, and they make it so that Josie could ride this before she was 2. The kid gets on top of it, straddles it, propels with their feet like a Flintstones vehicle, and after about an hour on the bike, it turns out they can balance. So she's coasting down hills. This freedom of mobility, the pride. I mean, if you look at her face there, I mean, that's just priceless. So it's this invention that has helped kids have joy for 2 more years in their lives. I'm disappointed that it wasn't invented when I was a kid. And the whole insight was, hey, what if we subtract the pedals and the drivetrain? And Ryan McFarland, who invented the Strider bikes, his design process is outlined in the book, and he goes through how he was basically thinking about how to make the bike lighter weight, and that led him down this path of subtracting these things. Then he realized that the kid could provide the balance, which I think is a beautiful example of human-centered design too, right? Because the breakthrough here requires not just thinking about the bike, but thinking about the bike and the person that's using the bike, and realizing that the person can provide a function that has historically been, placed on the bike itself. Sold a lot of bikes, made the world a better place, and the breakthrough was in subtracting. And in the history of, the evolution of bike design, there've been fatter tires, bigger tubes, more gears, little baskets on the bike that Josephine is partaking in there, and the bells and stuff like that. All these additions, and it took a really long time for somebody to come up with this subtraction that made things a lot better.